Okay, so we'll be learning the method of solving the quadratic equations by completing square method. So it's a second method of solving the quadratic equation. The first method was factorization method. And this method, factorization method, is not applicable to every quadratic equation, right? But this completing square method can be used to solve any kind of quadratic equation, right? So I'm going to explain this method by using an example, and I'm taking the question from exercise 2A.2 of mathematical methods book, right? So I'm taking the first part, that is A part. In A part, I have x plus 5 whole square equals 2. So on the left-hand side, you can see this, it has already a completed square. Completed square means a plus b whole square, which is actually the identity of algebra, and it is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. So in every question, you have to make the left-hand side equal to this type, right? Like this form should be on the left-hand side, which is the completed square or complete square of a plus b wholes, a plus b, got it? So when you have a completed square like x plus 5 whole square, you just have to take the square root of both sides. So we can write it as taking square root of both sides. So x plus 5 whole square, and it is equal to 2. Taking square root of both sides, it will be this. And when you take square root of 2, it gives you both answers, the positive answer and the negative answer. So that's why I'm writing the positive and negative signs both. Clear? Because we know that if you say the 3 square is equal to 9, then the negative 3 square is also equal to 9, right? So when you take square root of 9, you should have both answers, 3 and negative 3, because 3 square is 9. Also, the negative 3 square is 9. So that's why the square root of 9 should be plus minus included in it, right? So anyways, this square and square root are reciprocal powers, means the square root is 1 over 2 power, and this is 2. So square and square root, root will be cancelled. And we are left with x plus 5. And here we have plus minus square root 2, right? Okay. So it means we have two equations, one with a positive square root 2 sign, one with a positive square root 2, and second with a negative square root 2. So it is x plus 5 plus minus square root 2. So one equation with the positive square root 2, and the second equation with the negative square root 2, right? Like this. Okay, so just taking 5 to the other side becomes negative 5 plus square root 2. This will be the first value of x. And similarly, it will be negative 5 negative square root 2. Now you can use your calculator to simplify this. So I'm using mine. Negative 5 plus square root 2. So my answer is negative 3 point in decimal form, negative 3.59 in 3 significant figures. And similarly, this will be negative 5 negative square root 2. Another answer is negative 6.41. So these are the two roots of the quadratic equation, and you can see both roots are in decimal form. That's why this question cannot be solved by using the factorization method, right? Okay, we take another example. In this case, like B part, x plus 6 whole square is equal to negative 11, this part, right? So if we take the square root of both sides, it will be x plus 6 whole square and negative 11. Now taking square root of both sides, so it will be this, right? Plus minus this. And we know that the square root of negative value does not exist, means it will be undefined value. right? So it means the solution of this equation is not possible, or the solution is not real, right? So we can just write it as solution is not real, right? So in this type of questions, like when you have the square root of negative number, the value will be undefined. So that's why the solution is not real. So in this case, like the parabola, because we know that is a quadratic equation, and if we draw the quadratic function, it will be a parabola. So normally parabola intersect at 2 points in the x-axis. These are x-intercepts, or the roots of the quadratic function, like these. These are the roots in part A. So when the solution is not real, it means the parabola is not actually intersecting the x-axis at all. Or it could be like this or this, right? So in such cases, or in such case, we say that the solution is not real because the parabola does not intersect with the x-axis, right? Okay, we try another one. Now I'm taking this one. Yeah, part G. In part G, I have x plus 1 whole square is equal to, sorry, plus 1 is equal to 11. Now taking this to the other side, it becomes x plus 1 whole square equals 11 minus 1. And we have x plus 1 whole is equal to 11 minus 1 is 10. Now we have the same form that in part A. So taking the square root of both sides. And when you take square root of this positive number, this plus minus should be written outside of the square root, right? So square and square root cancelled, and we are left with x plus 1 equals plus minus square root 10, which gives us two equations. The first one with a positive square root 10, and the second will be the x plus 1 negative square root 10. Now shifting this one to the other side becomes negative 1 plus square root 10. This will be the first root of the x, or value of x. This will be the second, right? Now using your calculator, you can find the decimal value of x, which is 2.16 in three significant figures, right? Okay, and what about this? This will be minus 1 minus square root 10, and it gives you the second value, negative 4.16. Right? So all of these questions are very similar, so you can try this by your own. Okay, now I'm moving to the next question. Question number 2. Solve exactly by completing the square. So this time we have three terms of quadratic equation, like in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And there is no completed square here. So in these type of questions, we have to complete the square on the left-hand side, right? So the first step is to just shift this constant to the other side. Constant here is 1. So just shift this constant to the other side. Got it? So it will be x squared minus 4x is equal to negative 1. Now, on the left-hand side, we have only two terms, x squared and negative 4x, and we have to make them the completed square, which is a square plus 2ab plus b square, right? And this term can be written in the form of a square, like this. This term should be written in the form of 2ab, the second term. Third term, b square, is not present here. So it means we have to add it on the both sides of the equation, right? So adding this b square here and on the left, on the right hand side as well. On the right hand side, we have negative 1 by adding the third term, which is b square. We have this. Now you can insert the values. Square of x is obviously x square. So this is actually a. So I'm writing here a to ab. What is b? How to find b? Like what should be this value so that this whole thing, this whole thing becomes 4x. This should be 4x. And obviously we should write it here 2. So that negative 2 into x into 2 gives you 4x. So we have found that the second term, which is b, this one, is 2. Now writing this b square means 2 square, and here 2 square as well. Got it? So we have completed these three terms, the a square plus 2ab plus b square on the left-hand side. And we know that this identity is equal to a plus b whole square, right? So what is a here? A is x, right? A is x here. And what is b? B is 2 here. So now we can write it as a plus b, a minus, because this is x square minus 2. So the second identity we use. A square minus 2ab plus b square, which is equal to a minus b whole square, right? So that's why the a minus b identity should be used, a minus b whole square. So this will be x minus 2 whole square, right? And what we are left with on the left and right hand side, it will be negative 1 plus 2 square is plus 4. So x minus 2 whole square is equal to minus 1 plus 4 gives you 3. Now we have the same form that we have that we had in the question number 1, right? On the left hand side, we have a completed square. On the right hand side, we have a constant like this. Now taking square root of both sides, what we got, it will be x minus 2 whole square is equal to 3. Square root of this, square root of this as well, but with a positive and negative sign, right? With a constant. Okay. So square and square root cancelled, and we're left with x minus 2 is equal to plus minus square root 3. Now, we can write two equations, one with the positive sign, positive square root 3, and the second with the negative square root 3, right? Now shifting this 2 to the other side, negative to the other side. So it will be x is equal to 2 plus square root 3. And the second will be x equal to 2 minus square root 3. Okay. Using your calculator will give you the answer in decimal form. So 2 plus square root 3 gives you 3.73, three significant figures. And this will be 2 minus square root 3. X is equal to 0.268, right? So these are the roots of the given quadratic equation. Got it? Okay, we try another question. Like I part. I'm going to try, I part. So in the I part, we already have only two terms on the left-hand side, which are x terms, and the constant on the left-hand side, or right-hand side. So I'm doing part I here, x square plus 6x mine equal to negative 11. So what we have to make, we have to make a square plus 2ab plus b square on the left-hand side. And eventually this will be equal to a plus b whole square, right? So this term should be written in the form of a square. And what about the second? Obviously 2 times ab. Third term is not present here, so I'm adding the third term, plus b square. Similarly, on the right-hand side, I add the same term, that is b square, right? Because this is equation, we have to do operation on the both sides. Now, filling these brackets, so this will be x, obviously, and this will be x as well. what should be written inside this bracket so that this whole thing becomes 6x? Obviously 3. So this 3 is actually b. 3, and this will be 3 as well. So we have three terms, a square plus 2ab plus b square, which is equal to a plus b whole square. So what is a here? A is x and b is 3. Got it? So it will be x plus 3 whole square equal to negative 11, and this will be plus 9. 3 square is plus 9. So x plus 3 whole square is equal to negative 2. Okay, taking square root of both sides, square root of this and square root of this as well. And we know that square root of negative number will give us the undefined value or infinity. So that's why we cannot solve this quadratic equation further, and we can write it as no real solution. So in this case, the graph of the quadratic function, mean the parabola, does not intersect with the x-axis. Got it? Okay, we try another one. This time I'm going to solve D part. So in D part, I have x square is equal to 4x plus 3. Shifting only the term that has x to the left-hand side, it will be x square minus 4x is equal to 3, right? Okay, now next step is to complete the square. So this term should be written as a square. This term should be written in 2ab. B square is not present, so I'm adding that b square on the left-hand side, similarly on the right-hand side, right? Okay, now filling each bracket. So this will be x, this will be x, and obviously it should be 2, so that this whole thing becomes 4x. So it means b will be equal to 2. So a square minus 2ab plus b square gives you a minus b whole square. So this is actually the algebraic identity, which is a square minus 2ab plus b square is equal to a minus b whole square, right? So this will be x minus 2 whole square, which is a is x and b is 2. So a minus b whole square. And we have 3, 2 square is 4. So we get x minus 2 whole square is equal to 3 plus 4, 7, right? Now taking square root of both sides, plus minus square root of 7. Square and square root cancel, and we are left with x minus 2 is equal to plus minus square root 7, which gives us two equations, one with the positive square root 7 and the second will be the negative square root 7, right? And shifting this negative to the other side. So it will be 2 plus square root 7 and x is equal to 2 minus square root 7. So using calculator to find the answer in the decimal form, 2 plus square root 7 gives us 4.64, right? So x will be equal to 4.65. And the second value will be 2 minus square root 7, and its decimal form is negative 0.6, negative 0.646 in 3 significant figures. Got it? Okay, we try question number 4 now, and it has this algebraic expression on the left-hand side, and x is in the denominator. Got it? Okay. If it is in denominator, just shift this 4 to this side and this 2 over x to the other side. It will be 3x negative 4, and this will becomes 2 over x positive, right? Now you can do cross multiplication because we can have a single fraction at either side. So x will multiply with this and 1 will multiply with this, right? So x multiply by 3x minus 4 and 1 multiply by 2. So x into 3x is 3x square, and x into negative 4x minus 4x is equal to plus 2. Okay, so now we have two terms of x on the left-hand side, and we can complete its square. But before that, this 3 should be removed as well, because 3 is actually not it's not a square of any whole number, right? So it's better you can you remove this 3 from this x square. How to remove? Just take 3 as a common, or another way is dividing this whole equation by 3, right? Like this. Divide by 3, divide by 3, and divide by 3. Got it? So this 3 cancelled. So we are left with x square minus 4 over 3x, and this will be 2 over 3. Got it? Now you can write this x square in a square form, and this will be negative 2ab minus 2ab. B square is not present, so I'm adding this on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side as well. Got it? Now filling the brackets, so this will be x obviously. This should be x as well. What should be written inside this bracket so that this whole thing becomes 4 over 3? So easier way to just divide this 4 over 3x by this 2x, right? So x cancelled. So what we are left with, 2 2's are 4. So we are left with only 2 over 3. Got it? So it means the b will be 2 over 3. Writing here 2 over 3, and you can check it. This whole thing becomes 4 over 3x. And this will be 2 over 3 as well. 2 over 3. So we have x square minus 2, a square minus 2ab plus b square form, which is a minus b whole square. So here a is x and b is 2 over 3, right? So this becomes x means a minus 2 over 3 whole square. And here we have 2 over 3. 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. So it means 2 over 3 square is 4 over 9, right? Okay, now you can combine the fractions on the right-hand side. Just make them like fractions. Multiply this 3 by 3 and this as well. So it will be 6 plus 4 over 9, right? So we have x minus 2 over 3 whole square, 6 plus 4, 10 over 9. Now taking square root of both sides, this will be plus minus square root of 10 over 9. Square and square root cancelled, so we are left with x minus 2 over 3 equals plus minus 10 over 9 square root, right? Okay, shifting this 2 over 3 to the other side, because before that we can write two equations. One with positive and the second will be with the negative sign, right? Now shifting this negative 2 over 3 to the other side, it becomes x is equal to 2 over 3 plus 10 over 9 square root. Similarly, this will be x is equal to plus 2 over 3 minus 10 over, this is whole square root, 10 over 9 whole square root, right? Okay, using your calculator to simplify this, writing 2 over 3, then plus square root of 10 over 9. So I get 1.72 in 3 significant figures. Now with the negative sign, what we got, it is negative 0.387, right? So that's how we can solve the quadratic equation by using the completed square method. If you like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel for further mathematical content. Take care. Allah Hafiz.